Hi, David Paul here. Just a quick video about what I'm doing at the moment. I'm in the Philippines, back in the Philippines, and I thought I'd make a film of this beautiful house here, because things I've been doing lately haven't been going too good in the UK. I'm waiting for what's known as a police DBS check, which I've been waiting 6 months for, so I can't work. So there's no good news in the UK to make films about, so I'm not going to do that. I got some films that I did make, and I may put them online at some later date. This here is I'm where I am. I'm in a place called Solariega in Davao City, and I was out for a walk this morning, and I spotted this house. Now, this is an expensive house, and I couldn't afford it, and I would not want to afford it because it would it'd be a bit silly having a grand house like this and not living in it all the time, unless you were really quite rich, which I'm not. I'm quite poor, to be honest. However, this demonstrates what you can really do if you have a climate which is conducive to growing nice, beautiful, tropical vegetation. And lo and behold, in Portugal we have a climate which is pretty good. It goes up to 40 degrees, and where I am in Coimbra area, we don't really get down to zero, and that's the key thing, because plants don't like to hit zero. Tissues start to freeze, but we don't. We hover a few degrees above that, and that's all you really need. And there are over 100 different types of palm trees that grow in Portugal. So what you can say about this house is that, look at these beautiful palms here, that they've decked the place right round with, you know, and it looks like something out of a movie set. Could you do this in Portugal? Yes, absolutely you could. And what I'm showing you is like the part that's not so hot, actually, because I wanted to walk around. I'm walking backwards here to get this camera shot. I only have the laptop to do this with. I got a broken camera, so that's it. That's what you get. I'll try and get myself off camera so you can see what's going on. Now, all this beautiful vegetation here. Down here is a bougainvillea. If it comes out this video, I hope it does. So you can grow bougainvillea here. You can also grow bougainvillea in Portugal. And if you scan up where they're like that, look at that beautiful, beautiful palm up the top there. These are all ornamental things, garden palms. But remember, we got about 100 palms to choose from in Portugal, and some pretty good plants of our own, like Prunus lusitanica, I think it's called, which is the Portuguese laurel, which is a very tropical looking kind of thing, which also grows in the United Kingdom. Very, very hardy thing. There you go, look at that. Now, if anybody really follows my channel and they saw a video I did called Garden the Annalisa, this is kind of what you can do and what you can create in the Philippines, or anywhere where you can get a bit of, just that bit of warmth. If you can get above 0 degrees centigrade in the winter, the plants will really love it. Now, this here is a beautiful pink bougainvillea. No, lavender, I would say, lavender. Don't know if that's coming out on the camera, I certainly hope so. And as we walk around, more bougainvillea. I said to the woman this morning, you should put some bougainvillea, and I didn't realise she had all this stuff around the other side of the house. Now, this is a very interesting house, this, because what they've done, they have a garden, which is obvious, but it's mostly in the vertical plane, so that conserves space, and you get all that beautiful foliage and stuff. like that central palm. Can I get that central palm in there? Look at the size of that palm there. in the middle of your seating area. You can get all this luxurious looking foliage without it actually getting too much in your way. Now in this house they have like they've obviously got some sort of an eating area there. So what they can do is they can eat outside, so the outside becomes like an additional living room, which is nice, it's cool. And that appears to be a bar. I don't think it actually is. I think it's some sort of kitchen thing that they've got there. And then we go around to the front of the house and we see this. Now, if you are a Filipino watching this channel, what you got to realize is, if you do this sort of thing around your house and put so much foliage around as that, what you're doing is you're creating a lot of shade, and in the daytime the thing that is taking the hit of the solar radiation is mostly the foliage. Now there's the roof to deal with, that's a different issue. I have my own ideas on that, but certainly what this does is it really reduces the insulation, the amount of solar energy that the house is being battered with, and it makes it a much more agreeable place to live in, much cooler. So let's walk back and have a long camera shot, if I can do that, of all these beautiful palm trees and foliage and everything. Apart from all of this, what they have done with this house is they have they've fully utilized the site. They've managed to get a really nice garden out of this, and they've also got an enormous house in there, which I haven't even mentioned yet. It's about 2 houses fused together. But this is sort of seriously rich in terms of like the kind of, you know, you would find this sort of house with like some seriously rich people, and yet it's not actually that expensive because Mother Nature did the job. All you have to do is plant, damn plant. You know, the best time, yeah, the old Chinese expression, I think, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So don't be a quitter, just get on with it and do it. There's one particular palm which is very popular in the Philippines, and I'm going to investigate that and find out if I can get this to grow in Portugal. I have to do some Google investigations. Now if I can get my hand in there, that there, this palm here is called the red palm, so called because of the ribs on the fronds, and the trunk itself are red. And there's another one over there. I'm very, very fond of the colour red. It's well, to the point of excess, to be honest. I see things as anything red and I think it's more beautiful than something else. That my objectivity goes out the window. Most of the items I've ever chosen in my life have been red. I'm trying to curtail it because I'm going to end up like with a house that's just all red. It'll suit me, but it'll, you know, other people have to share my life, hopefully. And that's it. So that's this wonderful house. Let's pan back and see if I can get another shot of the side there. I hope the soundtrack is coming out okay, because it's about to burst into thunder and rain and everything, and that's as best as I can do. To be honest, I think I've actually made a better film with it overcast, ready to rain, because if it had been full sun, the camera shots would have come out rather over bleached, and it's just perfect. I don't really want to stop filming this thing. This thing's really impressed me and inspired me to start doing something original when I get back to my home in Portugal, which will be probably within the month if I don't get this teaching police check through. As I say, I've waited 6 months for it. If I don't get that through, then I'll spend a little time in the UK and then I'll clear off to Portugal. There's no point. And I'll wait for it coming through there. So you'll be seeing videos coming up of what I'm doing next on the house. And I planted a bougainvillea there, and hopefully that thing is now growing up and adding a bit of colour to my house. And if I turn around here, I'll do one last camera shot of a giant, look at this, that's a bougainvillea just turning into like a tree. It's climbing up a tree or something. And that's what you want, you know, bring a bit of joy into your life. Make the world a more beautiful, better place. So Solariega, very nice, but the house prices have shot up disproportionately here. I think it's getting too expensive here. The deal that you're going to get is not as good as you would maybe get outside, you know. I don't think it's absolutely necessary to live in a gated community. Certainly not in Davao anyway. So that's it. Paalam, sige na, and adios, and goodbye, and Jesus be with you.